Not know all the rest. What are you doing?
What?
We're live. Shall I cover that up? Because you just be looking at
There's a
it,
screen.
checking it out. Yeah.
There's a mess. Right.
John Bream.
Hello.
Buddy.
Oh, lads.
You done it already,
Yeah,
yeah?
buddy.
You chatted for 5 minutes while I was setting up. Okay.
We've got nothing to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Charge co-hosting. Excellent. Where are you living now? How far have you driven today?
From Portsmouth.
But you do the. You're looking nervous, mate.
Yeah.
But you do the. So the Project RV, you're doing that in South Wales.
Mm.
Why is that?
Well, it's a beautiful hub for Parachute Regiment soldiers and Royal Marine Commandos. The fondest of memories, Brecon. That's where we go there. Yeah.
You go to Brecon a lot, yeah?
We go to Brecon a hell of a lot. It's just an outdoor playground for people. Yeah, it's great for activities.
So you say Portsmouth? You travel every weekend.
Every event we do, I travel out. It's about 2.5 hours. So it's not too bad. It's usually on a weekend, early hours. You know. So
How did it come about? How did you end up forming it?
Project RV.
Yeah.
Oh, straight into it, Hugh. Eh?
What's fucking it, mate? Well, no, because I ain't got a clue.
You know,
but I know.
I thought you were gonna warm me up.
This is mate.
Yeah.
My understanding, right, which is why I
Yeah.
obviously wanted to get you on. We try and get guys on who and girls, inspirational, doing something good, whatever, just an ex-military or maybe not, but involved in the military in some way, right? And then I tell you what it was, I saw on Instagram a couple of things, and then I saw Sean Bowers, right, who, as I recall, was in a wheelchair. The last time I haven't seen Sean for 10 years, right, in a wheelchair, and I saw on Instagram on a fucking horse. He was on a horse.
Yeah.
He was loving it.
Yeah.
He was loving it. And I had a look what you're doing.
Yeah.
But so I thought, get you on. Awesome. But so you organise activities on weekends for ex-bootnecks, ex-reg blokes, or serving. Yeah. Yeah. They can be, correct me if I'm wrong, they can be injured or not injured, or have dramas, or not have dramas, but the aim of it is just get blokes together and have banter and enjoy.
Get the blokes together. There's nothing more inspirational than watching the blokes fix each other. Blokes being around the blokes you take for granted when you're in, just being around lads that have got something about them all the time, every day. And then when you become a civvy, we all seem to do it. We just seem to, become, segregate ourselves. We isolate ourselves, and we just naturally do it. You may keep hold of a couple of handfuls of good friends, but there's no reason. Even lads that you didn't even like when you were in, we're different men now. Yeah, we are different people, So just meeting up, it's brilliant. Yeah. So the way it came about, it was. I've never been on any social media, nothing at all, nothing like that. It was just phone calls. It was if I liked you, I'd phone you, or if you like, you'd come and see us.
What you mean? So are you talking about you keeping in touch with people when you go out? When did you get out?
Yeah, January 2008.
Oh, okay, right, okay, yeah. So it's 10 years ago. So.
Hey, sweat on.
Civvy sweat.
Civvy sweat. I was in. Yeah.
So you're saying that you kept in touch with them just for kept in touch on that. That's how you did it.
Well, no, I barely kept in touch with anyone.
Right, yeah.
No, I had a small handful of lads that I'd keep in touch with. Squirrel was a prime suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a few lads, and then all of a sudden, I went to Kirk McLaughlin. Went to his funeral.
I didn't see it there.
I
arrived late. I was fine.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I was outside.
I think I did see you there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I glimpsed you. Yeah, because there was a few, a lot of boys there. Yeah, it was great, and that's the first time I've seen most of the lads in 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they looked terrible. Some of them looked overweight. Some of them looked like they'd lost too much weight. Some of them looked lost. Some of them looked tired. And I just thought, Christ, look at all these lads. all these strong lads. And honestly, when I left, I had a bit of dramas when I first got out, and I thought it was just me. Because obviously I'd not seen anyone. I thought it was just me. And when I saw the boys and I got chatting to how they were and how they're getting on, they were in clip. And I just thought, Christ, I got to do something to get some of these boys back on. Because Kirk, that hit home with me, that one. I was gutted, really gutted on Kirk. It was sad.
Yeah,
but,
I remember him. I was close to him for a relatively short period of time when we were in. maybe like a year. We were mates all the way through, but like close. So we were working together and doing stuff together for about a year. And then I think I was his section commander.
Yeah.
And then I knew he had some like family or missus or kids problems then, but I vaguely remember it. But then he topped himself.
Yeah, it's nightmare, isn't it?
All these years later, because he was one of the nicest blokes, one of the nicest people you would ever meet. Like animal boxer, cracking the boxer.
Yeah,
one of the nicest. Wouldn't hurt a fly. And like you're saying, you don't know. I completely agree with you. You have no idea what other people are going through unless you have to physically be in contact with them. And it was a similar situation with me with Kirk. Is when Peter Sullivan, when he killed himself, and similar for me with that. In that, you don't know, because Peter would never ever thought he'd do himself in, and no one knew he was in that level apart from his close family. His circle of friends didn't know, like Telf, Sav, Al Phillips, Tom, Tommy, and myself didn't know. And one of them had been in touch with him in October, November before that happened, and then and it's like, shit, need to keep in touch with the blokes. All of a sudden, we all in touch. We're doing nothing like you all do. You're absolutely right, mate. You got to, it's like what blokes going through is great. It's all over the place. Yeah,
so that's pretty much what happened. I just got round chatting to the lads, and and then some of the lads were telling me that lads that they kept in touch with were struggling or were a bit isolated. So I just thought I could put something on. I didn't just want another piss up in London. This is all it is. Who wants to go to London? And who wants to go on the piss? Most you're a bit. I don't want to go on the piss. So I thought, what can I do to put something on for the lads? And I've been chatting with a bootnet mucker of mine, One Leg Joe. He's Sam Stewart. Like he got shot in the arse, and it took his leg off. He knew how to zig, but he couldn't zag. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Basics show. And so he got his leg off, and he's a mega bloke. I owe a lot with Joe, and we work together quite a lot. And there's another ex-bootnet old lad, Jeff Callaghan. He's the local chap at Brecon, and we got together and we put on an event, and so we put on an event for these lads that have just it was gorge walking. It was jumping in and out waterfalls, all that sort of fun stuff, and big abseils, and just to wake the lads up, get their dormant instincts, like make them scared, trust each other, and have a laugh. And there's nothing like coming away from having a fight, being with your mates, having a fight, and then coming away. It's funny, isn't it? It's brilliant. So we're doing something similar, like high adrenaline when you're with your muckers afterwards. It's brilliant feeling, especially with the lads. And and it's progressed massively. And literally from that first one, there was something missing. I thought with all the boys, something's still missing. They were a bit on the defensive, the lads, And
what did you do? What did you do with the first event?
The first event was 28th of December. So Kirk's funeral was 17th of December. First event was the 28th, and it was a small group. A couple of the big names like Monk, Jay Davis.
Did the Monk go?
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy, right? Talking about a guy who got out and you're different people. I mean, when he was in Great Soldier, oh my God. Sometimes he was a flipping nightmare. Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But then I bumped into him, and I didn't. I think I worked like 04 or 05.
Yeah.
And then he went on with his career and he left, and I bumped into him. Not long ago, last year. I think it was last year in Collie Town.
Yeah.
Same guy, but mature, and not to say he wasn't mature before, but just like he was adult. He just something had changed him. He thought on the
kids.
Become a man, Monk. Super. It was just a nice experience that you see someone go through that. Like it was awesome, especially getting out and being in a good place to go on. Like you say, but lads, I think kids are a big thing for the lads when they change. Yeah.
But anyway, so these lads with defence, there was still a bit of barrier there. I think, what's going on? What can we do? And there's Nadine. Who we work with as well. She does a lot with us. She's a water specialist, in and out of the water, firefighter. I thought she's not military and she's not one of, but I thought, well, I can, I invited her along to the next one, and the dynamics were just changed. And she's a strong girl, big, strong, female character, can do anything the blokes can do. and some, and not your typical type of lady, but it was a strong female player, and it just worked wonders for the lads. It was brilliant. Yeah, it was really, really good. Professional, there. But some of these lads, like I said, they're different. They may have injuries. They may be psychologically different. They, been a civilian for a while, not round the block. There's something there. So having her there, she got a place, and it was good how the lads could just open up, not emotionally open, pull you out, not that rabbit, but just carry on, crack on, and just enjoy it.
So I would have thought the other way around with having some like a non-military person.
Because it's not about but it is just para-reg and Marines. I'm a para-reg lad, and the two bootneck lads. It's us three. We're the link for para-reg and bootnecks. We're the link. That's why we've got these two units. We're just focusing on these units. No one else. There's help for heroes. There's all sorts of great stuff. There is a lot for military units, and I can't take anything away from anyone. They all do their bit, and they're great. But these two units, what I've seen with the lads is they're not really reaching out. They're not really reaching out for help, and that's what that's why I just wanted to focus on these two units. And we're changing the world small steps at a time, and that's what we're doing here. But yeah, no, Nadine. So literally a service personnel. So she's a firefighter and a female, but obviously non-military. It come in, and it just changed the whole thing. And she's got up. And ask you speak to any of the boys that have been on. She's earned her right to be there. She grasps more than anyone. She'll be. Yeah, she's a water. In the water rescuing. All the lads have got gloves on. She's there, bare gloved, or all the kit. Stick a Bergen on. She's the one at the back with the Bergen on. All the lads are just bimbling about. Yeah, it's great. No, it's So we're the teams. John Bream, Joe Humphrey, Jeff Callaghan, Nadine Harkness. We're the four. Yeah, we're the four Project RV. Yeah.
Awesome, mate. Is she South Walian? Is she?
No. She's well, she hates me for Glaswegian. Yeah, that's why I'm laughing. Yeah.
No wonder it changed the dynamic. It was looking for the wallets, checking the wallets.
Yeah. No, it's great.
When did she come on board? So you did your first one 28th of December.
Yeah.
And then when did she come on board?
She came on the next one, which was mid-January.
How many have you done now?
There was quite a few on that one. A few of the old names like Di Earnshire, Ryan Nash, Pete Priest, he's still in. He was on it. Yeah, it's amazing now.
Yeah,
he's not a flyer, isn't he?
Which company is he with?
I think he's gone. He's in
Rifle company.
No, I think he's gone to One Para.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And then a few like Mickey Cartwright, Dave Webb, Steve Blackburn, a few boys like that. So a few of the good names. Yeah.
I didn't realise all those people. How many do you have on each? There's a number of people on each one depend on.
It's just getting out there for the boys, But we're sort of average on an extreme one. It's normally about 12. Yeah. But it's sometimes we've had ones before. It's been as low as 2. Only 2 of them turn up.
Doesn't matter.
No.
How are you funding it?
Just kind donations, please. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're in the process of getting a charity number, and once we've got a charity number, we can dip into these so-called pools of funding and get amongst it that way.
Yeah.
And the main thing that
have you got to go the charity route then?
Yeah. Well, we're an association at the minute. We're an official association, non-profit for the blokes. So everything we get is for the blokes. But we really, to get government funding, Christ, if they come back, written us a check, and that's us, we're squared away for the rest of the year. Instead, we're having to do, fundraisers and phoning people. Oh, can we have a couple more quid? And it's just the money's there apparently, and we want to get into it.
So what about the horse riding? Do you get any places that will give you free stuff, free activities to do off the back of it? Like the horse riding, did they give it to you for free? Or do you have to
they were cracking. They were so kind. And they
where was the stay? Where was it? Obviously, because where you go?
Just outside the Black Mountain.
Oh, was it?
Just outside the Black Mountain. Yeah, it's they gave a massive discount, and for someone like Sean, broke his spine, brain damage, so for him to be able to get on a horse and bomb about,
he's gobsmacked.
Yeah, he's like John Wayne, yeah.
Again, and he wasn't just part. in a wheelchair last time, so I'm more or less paralysed. He can hardly speak.
Yeah.
And then it was a few weeks later, and he was in you went canoeing or something.
That's it. Yeah.
And he's in the boat, mate, and just the banter. You could just hear the banter.
Yeah.
Was there one point he just laid in the boat, wasn't he?
It's,
laid in the boat and paddling.
Yeah. we just had a canoeing trip, right? And so we're going on a canoeing trip, and one leg Joe sorted this one, and he sorted out with the canoe people. These are all the military boys, ex-Marines, ex-Para-lads. They don't need a brief. There's a bunch of civvies up there waiting to get briefed. Great big Canadian kayaks, canoes, sorry, and as they're getting briefed, we're all going in the water. We're all just going, literally just launching. And Sean sat on the front, gobbing off as he moans like hell. And then I'm in the back trying to paddle.
He moans like
that. He's a grunt. Yeah, just drips like a tap. And all the civvies get briefed. Just as the instructor, he says, "Right, lads, right to everyone, these Canadian canoes, they're not impossible to capsize. You'll be fine. Like
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I said, Sean's gone to paddle. He's tipped us out, literally tipped us out straight away, and we're upside down. And the canoe's it's gone on his head, and it's knocked his glasses off. He's trying to lift his head up. Help me! He's trying to. I'm going, Sean, just stand up because it's knee deep. It's just knee deep. He's going, help me! I can't swim. And I'm trying to pick him up. I've picked him up. When little kids at the swimming pool and they drink the water and they're trying to be burping, but they're sick. He's spitting. Then one leg Joe's looking at me. If looks could kill, I'll be dead 10 times. He's going, get a canoe, get the boat. I've dropped Sean again, trying to get the boat out. The dry bag's gone off. The paddles are going off. Sean's flapping around again. I can't swim. Sean, just stand up. And that's my impression of a brain damaged Welshman, by the way. It's good, right? Good, yeah, he'll appreciate that. Nice one, Sean. And and then so I'm picking him up again. The mate's come over, tipped the boat out. I'm holding Sean up. His glasses are gone, and his log's gone past. He's going, "Oh, there's a crocodile!" You see, all the people at the side, they're thinking, "What's going on? Like, what's happening?" All these, just about to go in the canoeing. And then, it was outrageous. But anyway, it's sort of anyone can go. Anyone, some of the lads turn up, nothing wrong at all. They just need to be around the blokes to square them away a bit, or some might be psychologically struggling. The trouble is, because I've reached out to a few charities, others, to see what's out there, to see how to help, and they say, tablet. You go to your GP, so I'm having a bit of dramas, just PTSD, all that. You go to your GP, you get 10, 15 minutes. And then they go, okay, right, nice, there's your tablet.
Medication, bollocks, absolute bollocks.
It's terrible, isn't it? And because the medication is to stabilise the situation. And then from that, you get your therapy, which is a start, middle, and end, goodbye. Yeah. Terrible, outrageous. That's not good. Because where are you at? You're on these tablets. I've spoken to lads, that have been on the tablets, and they say, tablets for 3 months, it was like holding their breath, and then they come off, they're okay again. So what I've reached out to a few charities. It's called the Warriors Program, and their words, not mine. There's nothing really warrior about it. It's techniques they teach you. They become a mentor, and they'll teach you things like, in the morning, before you get up, practice a couple of exercises before you get out and do your daily routine. And it just puts the bug back in you, the optimism. When we used to strive for success, we're just always driven men that we were. And it's getting those men, and they mentor you throughout this program. That's the Warriors Program. And so it's people like that who have been trying to reach out. No, lots of people haven't. And so you come to Project RV, you're a bit, you've been, a lorry driver around London. You've been in the presence of people winning VCs, as a GPMG gunner. Then all of a sudden you're a lorry driver driving around London. What's life doing? Come to us, we'll shake you up a bit, get you in touch with all your muckers again, get you back in the loop, back on it. And then if there is anything beyond that, don't we go into, let's point you in the right direction of where to go now, like this Warriors Pro, and then bang, let's get you back on it.
The medication thing, I agree with completely. And part of the problem with that is they don't get very long to do a diagnosis, and then they've got to try and fix the immediate issue in where they see which isn't the best way to go. And it's like that age-old thing will just give you pills. But like you're saying, really, in the ideal world, John, as I'm sure you agree, you rock up to the doctor, you go, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
What are you eating? How active are you?
Yeah.
You know, are you got any friends? Who are you speaking to?
Are you sleeping?
And even just the slightest lifestyle change can make a huge bit of difference. For me, physical activity is a huge. Oh God, it breaks me.
Yeah.
It breaks me. It's like, go for a fucking run. I love it when I'm out doing it, but it's getting a routine.
Yeah.
But see, in the activity of doing it, if I make a clip, I feel $1 million the days after. The days after, even if you just do it once, whatever it is. I'm at the stage now where I heard it on Joe Rogan's podcast, right? And he was talking to some psychologist or something. I don't know who he's talking to. This guy said, no, it wasn't a psychologist. This guy who went and spent like 30 days with monks, lived with monks in Canada somewhere. Anyway, he's saying one of the things he brought out of there was he now does every day. He'll now do something that is uncomfortable for him, that makes him feel uncomfortable. Now that doesn't necessarily be a physical activity thing, but that's why I'm doing it, because so I'm doing that now. Every day I go out and I'm going to do something that makes me feel uncomfortable. The plank. I fucking hate doing the plank. So for me, it's like I hate doing the plank. I get up at like 5, 6 o'clock. I go downstairs. I sit the kettle on to make my coffee. The old Green Beret coffee that I've got at the minute.
Yeah.
Honestly, I stick that on, right?
I've met them.
Yeah. Have you met them?
Yeah, they're good guys.
So I stick that on, and I leave that brew for 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, I go and do 4 minutes of plank. I can't do a minute and a half. It kills me. Why am I going to do 4 minutes? All I get and say, right, I'll set a ridiculous challenge. I know I can't do like 200 press-ups, 100 press-ups this morning. No, I struggle to do 50 at the minute, right? In a one, I'm going to do 100 press-ups, and I'm going to do 100 press-ups, and I'll stay there until I fucking done it. Pull-ups, it's like that every day. So 30 pull-ups tomorrow. I can do about 8 at the minute. I'm super unfit. I'll just go and I will stay there until I've done 30. It might take me 20 minutes. But in just doing something that makes me uncomfortable, it just switches your brain on. It just switches your brain on somehow. It's obviously related to the physical activity side of things. But again, it comes back to that changing something slightly in your lifestyle. That is a few minutes work, depending on what I'm doing every day. A few minutes. Everyone's got at least half hour, an hour and a half spare. They can spare that they ain't going on Facebook. Take it away, right? And that little change I do makes me feel better. The average Joe, and this is civvies as well, mind, who struggle with just feeling crap. Just try going for a walk for 10 minutes. Get out and walk. 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just do something. Get physical, or just switch it up. And you'll feel, I think, you feel better. But you know what you're not doing? Go to the doctor and get fucking pills.
Yeah.
You're trying all the easy fixes first. Because they are easy fixes. This is getting how to do it.
So many civvies are on drugs as well, generally.
What you mean recreational?
That's
the worst term ever. It's the worst term ever.
Yeah. No, but like medication, like it's the done thing to be on so many meds.
You think it's that bad over here? Yeah. I don't know. Are they?
I think it is. We're not as bad as America. Don't get me wrong. This is a completely different game.
I mean, what is over there? Adderall, and they just dish out like antidepressants, like no man's business.
You can buy it. You can buy it down the aisle in the supermarket.
Can you?
Stuff that you can't get here, even on subscription most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's Xanax and stuff.
What are people on you then? What are people on you medication wise? What same kind of stuff? Just not.
I don't know. I remember going back to I can't remember. I was at some sort of social event somewhere, and there was veterans there as well. There's a lot of civilians there, and it was actually a smoking area, even though I wasn't smoking at the time. But everyone was just general chit chat, and people were going around the room just having conversation. Oh, have you tried these? Oh yeah. I'm on
really?
I'm on 4 days twice a day, and they come around to me, and I was like,
really?
Yeah, and it was just shocking. And it wasn't, and these weren't people. I mean, there were some injured veterans there, but these were like civilians, families, wives, and all that sort
of stuff. Where was that? London? You at London?
No, I can't remember where it was.
You don't go to London, because you don't like it.
No, I hate London. Scary London.
Wait, he's a flipping nightmare. I'm surprised he even came out today.
This is a bit close to London.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it's weird.
How did we get to that?
Yeah,
lifestyle. Project RV, changing that to be I agree. And but as well with you guys, it's that communication, chatting to the blokes, for people who ain't seen them. I mean, how many of those, like, I don't know, to get on a guest on it, but the majority of the people who now come to Project RV, were they hardly involved with any of the blokes previously? I mean, I would imagine like Sparks, well, not Sparks, you and shit, you and shit would really still clear the comms of the blokes, and Pete Priest, I don't know.
honestly, you'll be surprised. I think lads are all friends with each other on the old Facebook and all that, but it's not really. It's not really keeping in touch, is it?
No.
So, yeah, no. A lot of the lads are, yeah, they're not. It's getting the boys together. Once you're in, like I've mentioned, in each other's company, that's when the magic happens, isn't it? You know, that's when you come alive. You know, you say about lifestyle change. Of course, fully submerging yourself in cold water, easy one. That makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
And especially when you're in your muckers and you look at him in clip when he's come up, it's hilarious and it sticks with you. But yeah, and that's the fun stuff, isn't it? You know. So yeah, that's what it's all about, really. It's keeping the boys, you know, and they help each other, and you can't. The best way the blokes help each other is by slagging.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, what's it like with the boots?
Oh,
it's 10 times worse, isn't it?
The second you get there, the second you get there, boot neck, reg lads, boom, it's mega. It's mega. Yeah, it's really good.
It's almost like it's almost the default opener for a conversation, especially with people you haven't seen in a long time. Kyle Dearman's like came to Warwick last night. Came to see. He's over from South Africa. Right? He came up last night. Stayed lots of while. He came up for an hour, rocked up. I was going to slag him off anyway. Be given the opportunity. He was half an hour late. Right? Yeah. So he rocked up. And in the opener, I hadn't seen him for 11 years. 11 years, right? Not seen him. And I'd not spoken to him either. Wow. A couple of times on Facebook, randomly message. And he rocked up in the opener. What the fucking time do you call this? Yeah. Twat. Way. I sit in his band. Weird, isn't it, the way it
is? Is it like they've never been away? No. And that's how it should be. That's how we are.
Yeah.
But the thing is, now, with the communication we got, like, you know, of course, we're live here. But why aren't we more interactive? And it's just the piss-ups in London. How many of them do you hear about? Oh, piss-up in London. Who wants to go, really? You're a bit... Don't get me wrong, they're good in their... They have their place, but not all the time. A lot of the lads, you know, some of the lads are teetotal now or don't like drinking. So, yeah, it's good.
It's regular. It's, I mean, again, similar with this show, is that I wanted to help out in some way, shape, or form, with charities or whatever. But it's something I thought I could. If you go to, like you've got to think piss up for an RV. Yeah, I was thinking, well, I'll do some fitness and get a GoFundMe page going. I'm thinking, no, because it's once. And then this idea came up, was going to be regular, and it's like an ongoing thing. You generate less sort of support, whatever you're doing on each one, but longevity of it. I mean, I hope this goes on for years and years and years and years and doesn't stop. And over that course of time, fucking raise loads more. If I did like 1 or 2 events a year, you know, raising money, sitting the same project that way in the books, getting it. You're not on social media though?
I am now. Yeah.
Do you hate it?
I'm terrible at it. I get my wife to. She does a lot of it for me. Yeah. I'm on all of them. I'm on a Facebook. I've got a Twitter and an Instagram and a LinkedIn.
But that's the Project RV thing, isn't it? Have you got your own Facebook?
Yeah. I'm lucky that One Leg Joe and Nadine, that they square away the social media side. No, I've got my own. Every so often I ring them up and I say, can you post this or can you do that? But yeah, it's not really for me.
It depends how you manage it. It depends how you manage it within yourself. It's like it's hard. I think it's easier. It's easier for like people of our generation. Wait, you laughing at him? You laughing at
No, our generation.
What? Our generation? Are we the same generation? How old are you? You're my age. How old are you?
How old are you?
36.
Put it back to you. 36? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm 39. I'm all right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Jesus, how old are you?
Yeah, 35.
No,
I'm really 32.
We got like micro generations going on, I think. You have a generation that's 25 years apart. Like when you look at the technology side of things, I think we got like, I would describe it like micro generations going on. Where for us, it's easy for us to see that the cons, you know, the pros and cons, the cons of this.
Yeah.
From I'm not talking, I'm not engaging people around me. I'm being flipping ignorant. Yeah. To I'm not taking the surroundings. There's just less stimulus going on, and the blue light issue and all the rest of it, right? So it's easy for us to see that. But as you go down the generations, like my daughter's 12 and 9. So my daughter's 13 and 9. Excuse me. My eldest, with her phone, she got a phone, and it's like she can take it or leave it. She's a nightmare. She doesn't reply to messages. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. I love that she doesn't think, I'm going to reply to the message, I'm going to reply straight away. She's read it, forget about it. That's cool, right? But so she's grown up. And when she was, so what we were in 2018. So when she was, oh my God, my maths is going to be horrendous. So Facebook didn't come out until 2007, right? Yeah, 2007. Yes, 2007 was Facebook. I know, it's crazy. It's only been around like 11 years.
Yeah.
2007 was Facebook, right? So she was 2 years old. So when she was growing up, she didn't have parents around her, right? At that young age, doing this all the time, because it wasn't really happening then, this the whole time. The iPhone, so Facebook was 2007, the iPhone was 2005 or 2008?
Probably.
Was 2008?
Probably. I remember a guy having an iPod in Afghan in 06. And me
2008,
thinking it was quite new.
iPhone was mega late as well, yeah. Anyway, so my eldest now, 13, has grown up with not being around it growing up because her parents, because we didn't have it, we wasn't all that, right? And then halfway through her young life, then all of a sudden, me as a parent and her mother's got more involved, a lot more on this, and the people she sees and the adults she sees rubbing off her are all on this, yeah. But she's had the experience of not having that. My youngest, 9, different kind of finish. So she grew up with everyone like this. So to her, that's the norm.
Yeah,
and that's the norm. And I can see the differences in them too. It's like when I say micro generations, you got us who sort of came into it. What do they call us now? Zennials, not millennials. You got millennials, you got zennials. So zennials. You don't think I made this up, did you?
You are making this up.
No. I make a lot up. I'm not making this up, right? A zennial is someone who grew up analog. Yeah, obviously you're not a techie, right? So grew up analog. So you grew up with no digital, no flipping. No digital, like it wasn't information, loads of, couldn't get online. Didn't have the web until sort of we were hitting our teens. Yeah, and then didn't have smartphones until we were in adulthood. Yeah, that's a zennial. So you grew up analog, and in your adulthood, all this like information age here. It's like bang, all the technology. That's what the zennial is, half and half. So you experience one or the other. I don't answer that.
I remember the lads just sat outside the PRI trying to plug their laptops in to the internet, and there'd always be a queue. You'd be going in the gym. Remember the gym at Hyderabad? Yeah. The lads would just be on the side trying to plug their. What are they doing? What's on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that was when there was a time there wasn't data. You didn't get data on your phone. Remember this? You didn't have data. Like you didn't get internet on your phone. When we were on about on the show where you were on, and we were on about where we had Xboxes in the block, and like I had to organise internet for D company block at BT Engineering. It's like got it to put a port in, and but then that was on laptops. But there was no smartphones. There was no data. There was no going and checking Facebook, getting a website. Like you're saying, you have to have a laptop and flipping plugging internet connection. Wi-Fi is like, whoa! It's crazy how rapid it's happened, how quick it's happened.
Yeah, we're living through like a communication revolution, aren't we? Like if you were to tell your previous self from like 15, 20 years ago that you could immediately communicate with anyone around the world right now by putting my hand in my pocket, it's insane. It's mad, and I think we're struggling to cope with that. If you know what I mean?
It's hard
in the way that social media draws us in, but also in the way that people can say things on social media that perhaps they wouldn't say in real life, and obviously that causes arguments and tensions, and it's so easy to troll as well. And it's I think that.
On the flip side, it's a nightmare. On the flip side,
all this information.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything you want.
Why do you go to university? Why do you don't need to go to university anymore? You can go online and just learn what you want. Anything. It's like you want to get a recipe. You don't have to have a cookery book.
YouTube.
Yeah, you don't even have to type things in Google.
Save my fingers a little bit.
It's crazy.
It's scary though as well, isn't it? Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
Right, I watched.
Fantastic.
I watched the first. I think I watched the half of the first show. Have you seen it?
Right, you need to watch more.
Have you got a TV job?
Yeah.
Is that technology allowed? You're right with that.
We got a flat telly in January.
Did you get it at the same time you got on Facebook?
Yeah, it was about that time. I think that was March. I got on Facebook. Yeah.
Flat screen. Is it one of the smart ones? It's got YouTube on it.
It's a big telly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty smart.
I think it's good. Yeah. The wife deals with that. We had a big silver one. Remember the big silver ones?
What was that tube called?
Yeah, that's it. Really fast.
What was the tube called? The back.
I don't know.
Got rid of it in
My
January.
missus had one for years. She's so reluctant to get on with technology.
When I was growing
We
up,
had one of those for ages.
when I was growing up, I had a black and white. This is so when I say I was growing up, we're talking 90s, wasn't 60s, but like the depths of Wales, mate. And I had a little red black and white TV, and the dial to change the channel was a dial you get the radio. All the frequencies and the thing on the top. That was the 90s. Go on the Welsh Valley. Crazy.
I bought a laptop yesterday.
Did you?
Yesterday.
Well, I'm not sure. I've not. It's in my bag. I'll show you it later if you want.
We found the power button.
Oh no, the matey turned it on at the shop. Might run out of battery now.
Don't ever turn it off. Never get it back up.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. What's your next trip?
We haven't planned it yet.
Oh, you know? What do you know when?
Don't tell anyone
Oh,
though.
let me help you with that then. Did you listen to the show with Nick Goldsmith, Bootneck, Hidden Valley Bushcraft?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Have you? I'm not going to put you on the spot. Maybe. Do you know he does like you can go to him for weekends? He wants me and Jared. I'm okay, whatever. Go down there for a night and spend the night in the woods. Basically, he's a chef. He's next Bootneck chef, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
But he's also
A Bootneck chef.
They do it all themselves, don't they?
I know.
Yeah, they're a core, aren't they? So they have all their different branches and trades within there.
Well, Power Reg used to do that.
No, we were just fighters.
I think
Mate, Power Reg used to do that. You used to have Power Reg Clarks, everything.
it's like
they were attachments. They weren't.
No. You're in denial, mate. You're out now, right?
Mate.
Power Reg. Am I right? Am I wrong? It always used to be in-house.
16 Airborne Division maybe, but like we're going back.
Oh, back in the day.
Back in, like,
Yeah, it was. So we did it all in-house.
You know why all that was taken down then? Do you know why the whole thing? We stopped being that. We had to depend on the wider army. Do you know how that came about?
Something happened.
It was obviously. It was something to do with one of the attempted takeovers in France by the Foreign Legion.
Right.
I think it was
The attempted takeovers of what?
The government. They had guys in the aircraft ready to jump. They were going in. They were going to, and it was like a military coup that had been planned. And there was
the French government.
a lot of There's a lot of French Foreign Legion. It was very airborne focused, and the reason why they did it was because there was such a strong airborne element, but that had sort of repercussions in the UK, and people were getting a little bit edgy because back then you had guys that fought in Arnhem and everything, who were in the airborne division. There were politicians that had airborne backgrounds. It was a very strong identity, even more so back then.
Why did they want to take over?
It was to do with we're talking 50s, 60s, probably. Yeah, but it was just like another coup sort of thing to take back. But if you bear in mind that France was split during the Second World War as well, with the Vichy government that went to side the Nazis, and you had the Free French with Charles de Gaulle. Yeah, they were split. They were split, mate. Vichy France sided with the Nazis.
I know.
But so anyway, rewind that. I mean, that might have had something to do with the later on.
You're saying, right? Sorry to interrupt. You're saying in the Second World War, the French allegiance to who they were going to fight for was split. And some of them went to the Germans.
Most of them went to the Germans. The Vichy government, Vichy France, stayed with the Nazis. And so we were fighting, like they fought against the Australians in the desert and stuff, the French. And, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they split. And Charles de Gaulle set up the Free French government in the UK as he fled. Because the whole of France fell to the Nazis, obviously. So, and that's where he started his thing. So there's always been a bit of division with that whole thing.
Can you watch it on YouTube?
Well, Second World War. It takes a while. No, there's loads of information about it out there.
What were you saying? So go on.
So anyway, it was a whole airborne thing, and it was basically back then there were people with airborne connections all over the place in government, down throughout society, all in general, and it scared the government to a degree. So they reformed everything, and obviously money was an issue and collapse in empire and everything. That they chopped everything back and they disbanded 16 Airborne Division, and then I think it was 5 Airborne after that, or was it when they combined the division? Basically, when it chopped everything up, and we became less, more dependent on the wider army. Because before we were almost like we weren't like Royal Marine, we weren't a corps, but we did have much larger support within our own ranks, sort of thing. And the airborne identity was stronger. It's you still get a lot of, rightly or wrongly, you get a lot of animosity between guys that are Power Edge Cat Badge and guys that are attached arms. Whereas before the lines were completely blurred, and that was largely because in the Second World War we were volunteers from infantry regiments, so we weren't even badged Power Reg initially. Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, so that's a lot of.
I know nothing about Charles de Gaulle. I thought just an airport.
No, he was the first president.
I know it was after someone. I didn't know
first president after
the Second World War.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either. Who was Vichy then? Was that the
Vichy is a place? Is it a place?
It's Latin.
Vichy, France is the
VICI.
VICHY.
Ah, okay.
Vichy. It was led by Pétain.
What was led by Pétain?
The government decided with the Germans. Was Pétain? What was his first name? Was he a Charles as well?
Why did they choose to do that then? It's mental.
No, you've got to sort of change your mindset. Like everyone gives the French stick, cheese eating surrender monkeys and all that stuff. But you've got they honestly what they went through in the First World War eclipses anything we did. Absolutely, like the casualties they suffered and the scale of the fighting and everything was insane. It's absolutely insane. And Pétain, who ended up siding with the Nazis, was just really reluctant to throw his men into the meat grinder. And he was a really good general in World War One, but he just absolutely didn't want to repeat the same thing. It was going to be stalemate. It was going to.
Oh, you can see.
That's what
I suppose. It's fair enough.
So they did not have the appetite for it, and neither did we, to a degree. There was still a lot of.
Why did the Italians side with Germans?
Largely because Mussolini had a total hard-on for Hitler. Like it was the other way around years before that. Mussolini was like a really vibrant sort of character, and Hitler kind of looked up to him because he was the dude. And then things changed around much later.
Hitler looked up to Mussolini.
Yeah.
Before Hitler came to power.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a long time before Hitler came to power. Yeah, because he was doing the whole fascist thing. He was when it was like cool when it first started off. When it was trendy, and then obviously Hitler took over. Really, and Mussolini was just trying to follow his footsteps all the time. He was always trying to play catch up. And it's again, the Italians get a lot of shit because they, there's a lot of times that the Germans were planning things and the Italians are going fuck up. And the Germans were like, oh, for fuck's sake, what have they done now? Having to plug the gaps and everything. But it was because they were moving at such a fast pace that the Italians couldn't keep up. They were still having to modernise their army when Hitler was like, come on, need you to go into the, need you to head into the Balkans, come on. And not good times. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, wasn't it?
He's a flipping encyclopedia, mate.
Yeah,
I'm not, because all those facts are wrong, and people would be like, "What the fuck's he on about?"
Right?
Vichy France.
It's true now. It's true.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Why you let a lie get in the way of a good story?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or truth. No, why let the truth get in the way?
Going back, Hidden Valley Bushcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a chef. He's a bootneck chef, but he made it also. But he ended up doing. He got some language skills. He ended up deploying on a few things, so he's a really interesting character. Might be an idea to go and do something with him, especially like with the bootneck connection.
Yeah, I want to do something for the bootnecks. They have a training area in Dartmoor called Fog and Tor.
Right.
It's a great big quarry, and I'll go there regularly and set it up.
To do what?
Just rope work
They do mountain climbing and stuff.
I do all the fun stuff for them.
And stuff.
So you go there regularly to set what up? Set the climbing up.
Set the Fog and Tor quarry up. Yeah, so. You'll do a big rappel, a big abseil, or you'll do a climb up, or you'll do a big Tyrolean traverse, and just that sort of fun stuff. But when the Marines go there, it's a thrashing, and it's horrendous for them. And you say Fog and Tor, it's a
big back nightmare.
Yeah, it's not nice. But I'm saying, let's go to Fog and Tor and let's have a laugh.
Yeah.
Let's have a good crack with it, and you can reminisce.
What training do they do there?
Well, they have a section known as MLs, and that's pretty much like like RPF or something. It's their little unit.
Yeah.
And the MLs come in and they just thrash them when they're in depot when they're Joes, and they obviously do an abseil with a kit, or they do a thing known as a roller haul, and literally you just fly up a cliff face with a bergen with a bunch of lads on the end of a rope pulling you up. Yeah. When you get to the top, you got to try and stand up, and just little bits like that. So just
like a thrashing adventure training place. I don't know. Have you heard of That's another one. Maybe an interesting one to link up with. Have you heard of a company called Depth Therapy? I know. Are they a company or are they charity or not?
I don't know. You spoke about it in the previous episode.
I didn't I mention Depth Therapy? They're I can't remember the guy's name. I think this name might be completely wrong. I think his name is Richard Cullen. Anyway, Depth Therapy. They do similar to what you're doing. I think it's to do injured veterans though, and the amputees and also to get them in and do like diving stuff.
Lovely.
So yeah, they call it depth therapy. So diving. I think it's civvies as well. But I would know. And they're located. Where are they? They're up north.
No, they're not in Wales, are they?
No, they're up north. They're near. I think the Yorkshire somewhere. I think
I was talking to someone
Depth
today
therapy.
about that actually, taking injured vets
diving.
diving because it's weightless on the limbs and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's equally disabled in the water, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And it was their I have heard of
Shall I bumped into the other day?
Hmm.
You said Ed there. You didn't say it was part of a different word. It reminded me of something else. Remember? Do you remember the PTI as an A company back in 2002, 2003? I don't know when you got in.
Ed something.
Ed Hargreaves.
Ed Hargreaves, yeah.
Ed Hargreaves. Remember Ed Hargreaves? Big nose, right gobby. He was the one. He came to the battalion. And he took A company on this run. They're thrashing around. I wasn't there for this one. It was in. What was it? Where did we used to go training up? Where PF were based up by Woodbridge, Thetford. Is it Thetford? Doing this hideous run. It's the way Coates were shit himself. This man has tried so hard, he has shit his pants. He wasn't. He was just unfit. He was unfit. I was driving down the road the other day. Where was it? Well, not far from here. And he was walking. Walking past. He still isn't. He's in army training corner. Yeah, I digress.
He joined the PTI too.
He went PT corner. Yeah. Remember Mad Dog?
Yeah.
Was only Dalton.
Same colouring as you, wasn't
he? Yeah. He
went PT core, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he went PT core.
He had a big handlebar moustache. Proper Hulk Hogan job.
Yeah.
Did he?
Mad Dog.
Yeah, he went
it
PT
was only
core.
Dalton.
I barely remember him.
He did the marathon de Sable, train for it or something. He was into his crazy fizz. Doing nut stuff.
Your man's just done the jungle marathon, isn't he? The jungle ultra marathon.
Herbie Hyde,
yeah.
I heard about that.
He's putting all the videos on it. He's putting like all clips of it on his back. Putting all clips of it on. He was at one point like 8th or 9th. I don't know what position he finished up in, but he did it. He's fucking hardcore.
Where can you find all that?
On his Facebook.
Just
get him on Facebook. Yeah, putting all that. That looked pretty good.
It was he got beaten by a bootneck though, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Well, did he? on our last RV, the canoeing RV. Yeah. Right, we stay on the campsite, and the bloke that owned it all was an ex-bootneck. Yeah. He beat Herbie on it, and he had to remind us, didn't he?
Oh my
God. I know, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know.
So, how did you get into climbing? Have you always been a climber?
Oh yeah. So I left, and
08 you got out,
yeah. Yeah, January 08.
Yeah.
Young lad, no trade, not mortgage, marriage, kid, see you later.
Yeah.
No resettlement, nothing. It was I had a drama, I had a nightmare trying to get jobs and working, and in the end I took a loan out and I got myself a loan. I got trained in tree surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I did that.
I got into tree climbing. It was great. Like you said with fizz, I think it saved me. It was brilliant. It was so much fizz and lots of brain power and kit. I was a gear junkie. Yeah, it was wonderful. From there, I set a business up. I had a company. It was great. I had a few boys.
How old were you at this point?
24, 25.
Yeah, mate, that's good going.
Yeah.
Good experience.
Yeah, did all right. It was good little company. Did very well from it. A few years later, sold it on. I had a bit of a crisis. I had a bit of a nightmare, really. Well, I had a nasty fall. I fell 60 foot from a tree into a field. Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, and I was a nightmare.
You on your own?
No. I was cutting. We were cutting trees for a mobile telephone company. It was a storm came in, blew the tree enough. So I was up the tree. Hadn't even made a cut. I was just pulling the saw up, and the tree it forked at about 20 foot. It was a big 90-foot tree. It was an 18-meter tower I was cutting, and I was just from a couple of feet from the top. That's how they know I was 60 foot. And storm came in the valley in Oxford, blew the thing in half. Took me with it. Nightmare it was. Yeah. Two breaks in the pelvis, either side of the spine. Snapped my wrist, broke my shoulder, bruising, bleeding on the brain. Yeah, it's in hospital for about a week. It's a nightmare.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Only a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Because it's all you just got to lay up, haven't you? I did that, and then I took up swimming, and I thought, yeah, I'm quite good at this. And I swam over.
What, as part, was that? Did you get into that as part of like your therapy and stuff?
Wow, when I was in training depot, I got put in Fulton's platoon and I used to swim a lot. I thought, I can get better. I swim. I swam over the Isle of Wight and.
You swam to the Isle of Wight?
Yeah.
How far is that?
It was only about 3 miles, but yeah, it was all right, So yeah, I did that and I thought, I'm quite all right this. And I started getting fit again. And then I started going a bit mad. I thought, get rid of the company. What can I do?
What do you mean you got mad? Like with the stress of it or whatever?
Well, no, just, I'm still young enough to do it. At the time, I was 29.
Yeah.
And I sold it up and I went down to Poole to do their briefing course.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I joined back up. I remember being at Purbright. Yeah, I was at Purbright, and I was 29 at the time, or 30, and I was in the older age back. You got these young recruits and that, and the doctor, because of my medical order break, said, I didn't want me in. You got to, not sure. And I said, look, if I don't beat all these on a run tomorrow, don't let me in. And so I know. So then I had to do it. I know, yeah, beat them all though. Beat all them. Of course I did. Yeah, smashed all the nippers, and went down to Poole. I chose Poole because you need a military experience. You do selection exactly the same, and you serve with the counterpart. Yeah, that's why I thought. Oh,
what do you mean serve with the counterpart?
Regulars.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And you remember Afghan, don't you?
Yeah.
Remember the lads that sang it,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, I was on that, and I was always a bit, is there something more, or
Yeah.
And I went down there, and I was only reserve lad. It was just me, and it was all regular bootnecks. It was all command, all these come out already, and all that, and I was just a clown, really. I had to do everything the same as that. I'm a tree surgeon at the time, running it of an evening, and they're all really like, "Ooh, right, lads," put me on the advanced CFT. Ooh, it was horrible. It was pretty fast, and we got to the coaches at the very end, and I got this rubber M16. Trying to, I'm near the back of the pack. I'm not going to deny I was near the back. I was there, and like the last man of the pack, and all of a sudden the coaches just drive off and they march in the other way. And this Marine lad, apparently he was a PTI. I don't know about that, but he just went, the old Dorothy. Down it goes.
Yeah.
And I'm going past, so I was a bit, ooh. And then, I thought they could all swim. I really thought they could. Yeah. What? I thought they could all swim.
I get thrashed with it, don't they?
That's what I thought. And I was flapping. I'm thinking, Christ, these boys are going to be bootneck in front of me. I'm stood on the edge of this board. So you've got to stand with your toes on the air. I've got the boots, the jungles, and I had to rubber the mark. I was around with chest rig and rubber what. I stood there, number 13. And this lad just keep going under. And in the end, they tried sticking the pole in, but the pole was like not enough. And in the end, these two staff jumping in, getting him out. He's on the edge of the pool. I said, they're going, get in the pool, get in. God, are you sure, staff? And they go, yeah, get in.
Outdoor, like a swimming pool?
Nah, it's only there, swimming barracks. It's only the SF swim test.
Yeah,
and it turned out I was all right. Because I'd done all that swimming. Yeah,
he must be like, that's surprising that. There must be like any of the units. So it's like some units and sub-units are all right something, and others you can't. I mean, my swimming's terrible. When I did like 12 years and did swimming test occasionally. My swimming's horrendous.
Yeah.
I can imagine swimming test, but not much at the time, not much else. Yeah. So it might be the same thing. You can imagine some units having a swimming test for maybe if you're one of those blokes and you end up with you can navigate way through and by chance not do something like a CFT for like 5 years because you're bouncing from place to place to place to place. And maybe it's like that. I don't know. He must get thrashed in swimming most of the time.
Well, yeah. Well. So I did that, and then the whole time I was there, it was these young lads, and they started then, and they cut about and regular unmarked vehicles and the way it was, and I was just not too long in the tooth. I was just getting briefs of what's going on, and we took us up one of their groups and started chatting with a few of the lads, and one of them was talking about a couple of his mates in Helmond, and I was a bit. I was on that, yeah. No, got a nice handshake from him. Nice, thanks. And
when we got the guys out.
Yeah. They're like saying, thank but yeah, it was just. I thought I want change, but I don't want this. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be doing this because it's just not me. I'd done my time.
Yeah.
You know, I'd done it gracefully. Nice one. Cheers. Ta-da.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I come out. But a few months before, my lovely wife had bought me a Bear Grylls Survival Academy course. I know.
What's that?
Oh,
What's
mate,
that?
it's well, I just turned up. She said, "There's your details. This is what you need." And I turned up with a bit of kit and a rucksack, and you got all these lads stood around, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, you know, what do you expect?" Yeah, of course, yeah. And they're all, and I'm going, "All right, lads, how you doing? All right, you know, yeah." And they're chatting around, like they're saying, "Oh, bear this, bear," and I'm thinking, I've seen him once or twice on the I don't know much about him. I've just seen him on the telly. Like, what's going on? We did this weekend, and it was all a bit mad. Like, it was over before you knew it. You know.
It's outdoor activities.
Yeah. Just sleeping in a shelter and all that. You know, you got given a box of military rations 24-hour.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, I'm eating muesli, and all these lads are cooking up their chickpea curries. And then that night they're going, "I've forgotten any more food," you know, and they're eating their cold muesli. You know, yeah, nice one, lads. But you know what I mean. And
so, how much piss did you have to drink?
Yeah, I drank all theirs. Less than drink any.
Less than you.
That was nothing to do with the course.
Yeah. So did that, and then that was just on my mind. I thought, you know, they've got a nice idea. So I got in touch with them. I said, you know, I fancy making a go of it. What can you do? And it was lucky timing. They had this extreme course running in the Highlands. It says, "We need your help. Can you run a course for us? Like 3 courses back to back." And then he said, "Well, we do this rope like that, right?" And obviously there's a ropes lad as well. No dramas, yeah, set it up, and I run the courses. And it went mega, and it was, you know, it's a good course, you know, taking people extreme environment. It was Sutherland, and then we dump them on a remote island and all that. It was a good bit of fun.
This is Bear Grylls company then?
Yeah, Bear Grylls Survival Academy. Yeah.
Didn't know it existed.
Yeah. It's been about 5 years now.
Was it?
Yeah, and I just progressed within the company. I became staff instructor and done my work. They sent me all over. They sent me to China, America. I've thrown the chief of NASA off a cliff. You know, director of flight operations. You know, Houston. Houston, we got a problem. Hey, man, I thought you were funny. You know, he didn't find it funny. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, we've done all right.
Wow.
And I just worked my way in the company, done well, and then all of a sudden I just got the phone call. Can you work with Bear himself as part of the small team, right?
Really?
And yeah.
Doing what?
Wow, crew safety. So, you know, you watch Bear run up to a cliff, jump off, but then all of a sudden the cameraman, over he goes, and you lower him off.
Mate, that's mega. I didn't realise that. That is mega. How long have you been there for then?
3.5 years. Yeah, there was a show on Tuesday night. Bear Grylls, White Davis.
Oh, yeah, I was watching that.
You watched it?
What's the show?
I was watching it with Mrs. Yeah.
Hey, I made the credits. Yeah.
What's the show?
Just Bear taking celebrities out.
When did that start? Is that the first one?
No,
he's done loads before, hasn't he?
Yeah, we did Anthony Joshua last year, Rob Brydon.
What was Warwick Davis like?
Lovely little fella.
He's
lovely little fella. Yeah, he's a cracking guy. Yeah.
Because I've seen him on Life's Too Short, the Ricky Gervais.
Very funny.
He didn't mind taking the piss out of himself.
No,
he's a good guy. He's good.
What was Anthony Joshua? Cool guy. He seems cool as well.
He's a big boy.
How tall is he?
Well, he's the longest in the shower. He's a big unit, like. But
what did you have him doing then?
The first time, my first meeting with him was I was putting a harness on him, ready, so that the second bear turned up with him, it was literally just Bear runs in, clips into the bottom of a helicopter, and away they go.
Oh right.
That was, you know, but we did all sorts with it, you know.
Do they know what they're going to do?
No, they ain't got a clue. No.
The whole point was that he was surprised. If you watched it.
No, they haven't got a clue. No.
Oh, for that one.
Yeah.
Is that up on most shows or not?
No, all of them. No.
They've got no idea.
They haven't got a clue. They don't know what's going on. We're there. We do, you know, a couple of days before, we're there going, right, so if we're doing this, and this, we know they're going in that direction. Where's a good camera position? Right, good. Or where's a good sound position? Yeah. No, Bear and it's all first hand and crack on. Away you go.
You tend to see these days a lot of TV, that kind of reality, not reality TV.
Well, reality
TV. Yeah, that is a lot of it's like set up and fake and that, but a lot of it's not. You remember Luke Hardy?
Yes.
He's got a.
paramedic or something?
Paramedic in London.
Yeah.
We got a company together, like set it up. So I speak to him all the time, and he where he lives in London, he's got a lodger there, and she's the producer of what's that flipping show? First Dates.
Oh yeah.
Where they sit in the restaurant and it's blind dates and they match up two people, male, female, whatever. They match them up and they just film them having the first date and they've never met. And you think, oh God, and they just film it. You think, oh, that's bollocks. And some of them you think, there's no way that was invented. There's no way they've randomly matched those people up. And we were speaking to her. She's a mega nice girl, right? And she said, no, it is 100% true. So when you see two people and they just don't get on and they're flipping arguing and you think it's just a screen. No. When you see people and they actually get on like a house on fire and they're like made for each other and then 4 or 5 like we say and they give an update and have a great time she said no, it's 100%. People send in their details, they apply, can put all the details down and they literally try and match them up because they want that positivity. They want people to fall in love because the positive experience is better than every experience.
Yeah, but they want the negative one as well.
But she's saying that happens randomly. So when it does happen, it's you never think it's gonna happen because these people matched up, everything on paper. Yeah, he likes women with brown hair, brown eyes, who like outdoors and is vegetarian.
I've got experience in it when.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I was on a television show once. Have you ever seen Total Wipeout?
Yeah.
I went on that. Yeah.
When was it South America?
Yeah, Buenos Aires.
Flipping.
Yeah, I went on that. Yeah, it was brilliant.
When was that?
2009 or 10.
Did you do the at the start they all do something moronic? Like, oh, yeah, woo! Did you do one of those? Yes.
My lovely wife. I was watching the telly, but I was watching Deal or No Deal with the kids.
Yeah.
And the wife, I was sat there and I says, love, put an application in for that. I want to get on, meet Noel Edmonds. I'd love to meet Noel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to meet Noel, and then and that was it. And then the next program's Wipeout. Sat there with the kids. Dad, could you do that? I'm going, of course I can do that. I'm your dad. She put an application in for Total Wipeout. But I thought it was Deal or No Deal. So she dropped me at the station, give me a packed lunch. Said, go on then, good luck with your thing. I said, oh, brilliant. I'm all nervous for Deal or No Deal. Is Noel going to be there? Got my packed lunch, dressed in normal clothes.
Yeah.
Get to this area in London. Everyone's dressed in. I was met by a woman who was dressed as a middle-aged woman dressed as a princess, middle-aged bloke dressed as a tiger. Some other lunatic walks past as one of the dwarfs, seven dwarfs. I'm going, what's going on? And I went, hiya, into this room, into this great big, massive studio area.
Yeah.
All these people are just getting a camera put on their face and they're shouting at the camera, oh, I'm such and such, funny little quirky things. Ooh. And then all of a sudden the camera's on me. Like, hello, I'm John. I thought this was Deal or No Deal.
Did they play that on the show?
No. I had to do another one, and they changed it to, hello, my name's John. I'm really happy to be here.
Oh.
And I had to do that in the end. But yeah, I know. Yeah, it's called, and they make a real big deal about it. As if I'm worked on the shout out, and I'm thinking, what is this?
This is not Deal or No Deal.
No, yeah.
No. Who hosted that then? Was that brunette lady, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lady. She seems nice.
Oh, she was very nice. Yes. Yeah.
So you did. So with that then, you did like a. What was that? Like that was your thing in London. Was that in London?
Yeah. And then.
Was everyone British?
I think no. One of the girls on there was like a French-Spanish cross.
What's your dog?
Well, I don't know.
Mixed ethnicity.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, people were all sorts. Yeah, predominantly British.
So how soon after that did you fly out then?
Oh, there was it was probably about a month or so.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah, it was called Winter Wipeout at the time. It was a wintry version.
Oh God.
Yeah, we had a bit of a reunion afterwards, and a few tequilas were necked, and a few tattoos were given out. Look.
Oh,
You know why you got a tattoo?
Standard. What's wrong with you? What? No, why haven't you got a Wipeout tattoo?
I unearned it.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to earn it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah.
Is that on? Is it like on? What channel does Wipeout go on?
Oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, it was on Number 1.
Is that Channel
Channel
4?
one, yeah.
BBC
No,
One?
Channel 1.
I see my having the archives in the BBC iPlayer app or something.
Yeah, what was it? Winter 3.
That's on YouTube. I'll look it out for you.
Yeah,
I'll look it out for you later. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. I'd be interested. How did you get on with it?
My name is Catchphrase King John. That's just what came out.
God. How did you get on with it?
What do you mean how to get on?
Did you finish the whole thing?
Do you think?
Did you?
Of course I did.
Did you do the bouncing balls?
Standard.
Well, you got across it. What was the secret?
I didn't get across it.
Did you fall in?
I got to about the third. But yeah.
Do they have winners on it? They have winners on. I haven't seen it for ages. They have winners each show.
You win 10 grand, yeah.
Did you win it? Just spit it out.
I can answer that question, sir. Private Bream 2516
I just watched the video.
What else have you done? Have you ever been on the show with? Have you ever been on the show with Bear, like on camera or whatever?
I made the camera on one of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who was that? Was it a celebrity one?
Yeah, Rob Brydon. They rescued a sheep.
Yeah.
And they dropped the sheep out from a helicopter. Yeah. And you just, I'm unclipping this sheep and giving the heli a thumbs up. And yeah, it's from quite. You wouldn't know it's me. Well, you might do from the body language, but you know, in general, you just think, oh, he's a handsome, slim fella, lean fella, good haircut.
What a job! The bloke's getting all sorts. Absolutely,
it's fascinating.
It's
brilliant.
The diversity of it. And what and
we're the best the country's got to offer.
I know, yeah.
Standard.
I know. Like we were saying before, about like most people going out into renewables and that now. I don't think it's the case. I spoke to Meza. Was it on your show? We were about Meza. It wasn't. Shout out to Meza.
He's in Vietnam.
Yeah, I said he's a medic. He's not a medic. I said a load of rubbish. No, he's not. He's working in the UK. Marion. Sean Marion.
Oh, I was thinking Danny.
Which Mez? No.
The lunatic Marion.
Sean, no.
Mortis Mez.
No, mate.
Yeah,
Sean
no.
Oh, Sean Marion's not. He's not saying he's a lunatic as well. He's no Mez. But no, when I said he was doing a medic and sitting in the bottom of a turbine or something, that's probably wrong. It's completely wrong. It's not what he does. I think he's like a fast responder or first responder or something. He sits in a boat and they're going, I don't know what they do. Yeah. But megabucks and renewables.
Sounds alley.
Yeah.
Loads of blokes got out. Was that my phone?
Yeah.
Loads of blokes got out in 08 though, didn't they?
Yeah, it was the
07, 08.
Yeah, it was the draft of us, wasn't it? There was a big.
It was hideous.
Yeah.
Like the experience that the British Army lost. It wasn't just like the 3 pounds back the tour. It was like 16 brigade. All those people done that 06 tour.
Yeah.
And it kept up subsequently to other units who went on those Afghan tours and those first ones. And
I think because everybody felt,
because people have gone, done it. Done what we want to do now. Fuck that. Let's get out.
I turned professional at boxing. That's why I went to a.
Oh, is that what you left?
Yeah, that's why I.
Is there anything you haven't done, John? Is there anything you haven't done?
I haven't been in Melbourne.
So you left because you turned pro boxing?
Yeah, I gave that a bash. Yeah.
So did that go?
Oh wow! I got a new record. 3 promote. Yeah. Three promoters, no fights. Yeah, you know.
What happened?
Oh, I just went peaked on really. Well, we did all the boxing in battalion and all that. Yeah, first champion team.
What, with 3 pounds?
Yeah. And then carried it on.
So you were part of that first team that first got the first.
I was the first team, yeah.
And they got 9 years in a row, did they?
12 or 13.
Yeah.
That was under Cameron, wasn't it? Captain Cameron.
I was their first bantamweight winner.
Really?
Yeah. Well, no other power rangers that could make 8 stone 6. Yeah.
So how can you get any fights when you get out?
Wow. It was just politics, really. You know, because I went on the army team. Became army champion, did well with them, you know, represented convoy services as well, so reasonable standard like, and then got out and bashing up pros that you mile ahead, and then it was just, you know, but it was all about ticket sales and you can't fight this person yet, and in the end it just became a bit much, and obviously I had no trade or anything. My trade was to fight, and it just got a bit overbearing and overwhelming, and then I found the trees, just found a love for tree work and you know, earning money or building a business and getting into it. And that's what happened.
Boxing. Is it as corrupt as I think it is?
Well, just that's unfair, really. But money is the root to all evil, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
but it's not like WWF. But no.
It seems just from outsider, complete outsider, not like yourself with any experience whatsoever. It just seems flipping horrendous.
No. To be fair, no, you've got fighters that, and they're wonderful, and the effort they put in. Sometimes they genuinely just do win so quickly, or it does look like a mixed match because of perhaps the dieting prep or something went wrong. You know, there's so much behind the scenes that goes into it. You know, you just I'm a big lover of the boxing still. You know, this UFC, and I prefer KFC. You know?
Not UFC, no?
It's not really my bag.
I'm the opposite.
What?
I used to watch a bit of boxing, and then when MMA kicked off,
strip to the pants and wrestle with me. Is that what you're into? You?
I can't watch boxing. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. Different things, different people. But then I think again, with that perception of it being so corrupt, which must be wrong. Then. Must be, Well,
I think there's politics involved in all of it, isn't there?
Of course,
because you've got to
standard,
get the fights fixed. Got to get the matches, climb the ranks, and there's just so much to it, isn't there? It's another world, I expect.
Are you feeling drunk?
No.
No.
Well, so,
no, nor mine.
Do you want to
No.
don't
get another one. Don't get another one.
No, you said it now.
No, I mean, what? No.
Shots.
Tell John about your shot.
My shot. We already chatted about this, you.
Don't worry. Yeah. Do you want entertaining? I can entertain. What do you want? I'll dance. I'll be a great Freddie Mercury. Yeah. Yeah. No, so I think selling the business, and then I just needed a change. It was just it was nice having the business and stuff, and the climbing and all that, and the different trade. But I just needed something new to focus on. And this Bear Grylls stuff, it's just been great to focus on and build on what we already know and expand it in different ways. Yeah, that's been great. So
it sounds quite interesting.
Yeah, I wrote a book.
You wrote a book?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've just written a book. Yeah, it's if you want a copy, here we go. It's fishoutofwater@gmail. Oh no, I did that wrong. fishoutofwaterbook@gmail.com. All one word, lowercase. There you go.
What was that for?
I've written a book. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I've written a book. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! What's the book about? Have you written the book?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Fish Out of Water. Just fish.
I like the name.
Not a fish.
What's it about?
Fish out of water. Well, I was even going to call it that, or Living the Bream.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Yeah. No, it's only a picture book, 5 pages long for kids, you know. It's not. It's sort of autobiography. Yeah.
Well, it's a biography.
Yeah.
So, entire life.
Yeah. But did I tell you I had a plan with lunch today? He wasn't happy. Yeah. No. Yeah. So I wrote the whole book. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. What prompted it was yeah.
I just got that.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah, I didn't get it. Got it.
Yeah, I went to gymnastics the other week.
Go on.
I said I want to learn how to do the splits, and they said, "All right, how flexible are you?" I said, "I can't do Tuesdays." Yeah.
Tell you book, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, so after Kirk's funeral, right, I got a bit, just got a bit, like I was getting a bit upset, a bit annoyed. And my old mate, he said, write everything down. So I just started writing. My uncle, he typed it. I said it, and he typed it because I'm computer literate. I am. Yeah. So and then all of a sudden I got this book, and it's all right. The
Self-publish it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the minute. Yeah, sent it off to the boss. He liked it. He put a nice little forward for me.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So
what stage are you up with it then?
Yeah, it's ready, available.
It's out.
Well, today.
Is it really?
Really? Yeah.
So it's called Fish Out of Water.
Fish Out of Water.
Where's it on sale?
Fish Out of Water book@gmail.com.
I'm asking you, not the fucking camera.
Well,
that's an email address, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Email in.
All right.
Get an email, and then boom, you get a book.
Right. Where is it on sale?
You'll be able to get it.
Have you self-published it?
Yeah. Doing it all. Because why would I give it to a publisher? Plus, I've had loads of rejections.
not-
Don't tell
I-
anyone.
I did one, didn't I? I self-published it, right?
What book did you do?
I did a CP book. A CP
Oh, did
manual.
you?
Yeah.
I thought you were lying when
Yeah,
you said that.
You thought I was lying?
Yeah, I thought you were joking.
A lot of lies in the book. Don't buy it.
Yeah.
No, the bodyguard manual, basically.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you know how the bodyguard?
Hey, it's the best. It's the most
It's
popular.
a tam. It's a tam.
It's
Proceed
It's a
to-
Haynes manual.
tactically memoir, most popular close protection book in the world.
Is
Actually,
it?
by sale? Thank you.
Who did it? You.
Change your fucking tune now, haven't you?
Apologies.
Anyway, so the reason I'm saying about self-publishing
Mm.
is that I did it through Create Space, right, which is an Amazon-owned company. Okay, when you do it through them, it goes
Yeah.
on Amazon all
I
about
know
and all
it,
of it. The only thing is you can't I can't get the Waterstones because it's a pain in the backside to Create Space, but it does it all itself and a Kindle find it. So what I'm saying is, if you want to have it, then get it.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
But people have to email you the book in that.
Well, it might not be very good.
Right,
You
you've
know,
written it. I'm telling you, man. I want a copy.
Yeah, not many people want to read it. You know.
I want to read it.
Yeah. It's
And I know you're boring it.
Yeah. Yeah. Took glass eye.
So
Right.
they've got to email it to get the book.
Wow.
I'm going to change your mind,
at this
right?
present
After this,
stage.
people for beer, I'm going to change
Yeah,
your mind.
all
on
right.
that.
Well, it's not one of these, sort of the hard man book, missions, fighting.
First into
Doesn't
action.
matter.
Yeah, it's not one of them. It's a mind, body, and spirit. It make you feel good and it make you feel low, good. Laugh. Like all the fun stuff.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
mate.
I even been speaking to Kirk's old man, his dad, and I got the permission to put him in there. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, that's nice.
I tell you what,
Mm.
because we are setting up, not you, because you're the wrong host. Give you're Jared,
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
right?
You look like
We're
him.
setting
No.
up. We've got a shop being set up on the website for this,
Mm.
right? And we're going to sell certain things on it, and the profit
Yeah.
will be used again to donate to good causes and all
Oh,
the rest of it.
lovely.
Yeah, right. We'll get your book off you.
Yeah.
We'll sell your book for you on that.
Wow.
You have to say yes. Say yes. It's an agreement there because it's live.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Right. We'll get your book on there.
Yeah.
We'll get your book on there.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh,
Markup.
lovely. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. It's,
200% markup.
yeah.
50%
Yeah.
discount.
It's now
Okay, I'm not-
£2.99.
So have you got boxes of books at home then? Have you?
No, not yet.
Send us a copy. We'll give away one for free.
All right.
You have to sign it.
Do
though.
me a sign.
I'm Jenna, mate. I want a copy of that book.
Yeah.
It's stuff here. Like, it's again. We're going back to this. Not staying in touch with the blokes, right? I sort of knew you when we were in. We never worked together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might like my memory of you.
Is this gonna
Right.
be a horrendous story?
No, I was C company,
Still,
right? I'm
mate,
just getting out. It's end
I
of
don't want to get sacked,
07.
mate. I don't want to get sacked.
You won't. You're all right. We just been C company. Just had a beer up downtown. Right. I'd had a successful win that night in the Hippodrome. Yeah. Actually, I think I was hitting the gym at that point as well. When I come off the team,
Oh yeah.
I was taking roids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
On the
I had a little bit of a
Yeah.
chest at the time, and then I was quite a senior boy. I had 3 tours. I was a senior boy. I had a bunk, and you came in the block,
What time was this?
daft o'clock
Oh,
in the
no,
morning,
Don't tell a story.
and
whatever it
you
is, mate.
came in daft
Tried to get
o'clock.
in bed with
For
you.
some reason, you had no clothes on.
This
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
Oh,
This
sounds
sounds
familiar.
familiar.
And, It was just you on your own,
Mm.
and you were going around.
C company block.
Yeah, kicking the
God.
boys' bunks in that weren't very senior, and you were banging on the door, bang, bang, bang.
Oh,
You were
I've been a
really
knob,
drunk.
man. I've been a knob.
You were a bit, but I didn't care.
You just
Well, I
got
did
there.
actually. No, I did care. No, what I did, I always remember.
What
this.
year was this?
I was at like 07.
Oh god.
I always remember
I was a
you
nightmare.
banging on the door, banging, you kicking these boys out their bunks and really debriefing them. Then you banged on my door.
Oh no.
Bang,
Was this
bang,
was
bang.
Kurgan your platoon sergeant?
No. No.
Okay.
It wasn't ups, downs. I was.
I'm not liking this story. I'm not.
8%.
2007 was not a good year.
So
for me.
you're banging, right, and you're debriefing the bloke, and then you start banging on my door, and I'm laid there, and I went, and I thought, who's this? And then you're banging on the door, and I just thought, who's it? I was on Suss and Decker and Anadril 50. Yeah, I put on two.
I'm knocking on the Reuters
I
door.
put on 2 stone 2 in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I remember I just had one plate, and I used to be able to go one, and then all of a sudden 3 weeks later,
Smash it.
I was doing 4 sets of 14, and then all of a sudden you're at my door. I'd gone from 9 stone to 11 stone 2. I was banging, and then I went bang, bang, and then I stood by the door and I waited. I went, you better go. And then it went bang, 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 and literally as you banged it, I
God.
opened it quick as a flash and went.
Oh.
I went, what? You know, what do you want? And I was naked. I was naked as well. And I wasn't very, you know, Christ, I was quite small at the time. Yeah, it's tiny. Quite embarrassing, really. You were naked, I'm naked, and we're glaring. What do you want? And you just went, oh. And you rubbed my head and you went, it's you, Jelly Bean. Go back to bed. And you closed my door for me. And then you went off. And that was my last memory of you.
Whoever that was, I apologise. Not you.
What do you call me, Jelly Bean?
I don't, yeah, because it's night time. Sweet dreams, Jelly Bean.
Oh. I've always wondered that.
Yeah.
That's my last memory
Sweet
of you.
dreams, Jelly Bean.
Yeah, I thought, why is it because I had a bald head?
Yeah.
What was it? You know, because of,
Oh my
call
God.
me Jelly Bean, yeah. And that was it.
Yeah.
That's my last memory of you.
I don't get to that. I don't get that horrendous story about me.
There's more.
You were deep.
Oh, we were about. You were saying about. Yeah, there's more, yeah. That's not it. The blokes not keeping in touch, and not knowing what's going on, mate. Like you got out. The stuff you've been saying, like flipping, mate, your life since you got in, like when you were serving, obviously the tours did awesome.
Active time, wasn't it?
But then you got out, mate.
And then
Awesome.
did everything.
What do you mean?
The stuff you've done.
Northern Ireland. Do you remember Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
I got, you know, my platoon sergeant, OB, Kev OB. He got warden mentioned in dispatches. Get me back from the crowd in the riots.
That's right.
Yeah.
C company.
Yeah.
I
Was
remember
that when your boss jumped out of the wagon and got hit by a tree?
I was the Joe. But you know, do you remember how big the boys were in C Company? You remember how
they
big
were all
all
on
the
the gear then, weren't they?
all the boys are big. And what was Northern Ireland? It was an excuse for the gym.
C Company was the full-on roid company,
And
wasn't
that
it?
was
It
me.
was.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
They were,
and obviously they put me in there, who was all of 9 stone, in the front row. For some reason, I got pushed to the front of the crowd.
I said,
You know, I'm there.
shield.
Get behind him, you know. And then all of a sudden, I was dragged in the crowd,
Oh,
and they're trying to penetrate me. The Irish were penetrating me, trying to penetrate me, and then all of a sudden, you know, OB, God rest his, bless his soul, bless his soul. He was the only bravest man. That's it. Brave. He stood in front of everybody.
Nice.
Big guy. RAF attachment.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
I couldn't think of you on about
Right.
then.
Because
I
they
know
would
that
have
story.
killed you.
Stood in
They
front of
would've killed you,
everybody.
wouldn't they?
Yeah,
They'd
and that's what
absolutely
they thought.
killed
They you know, the cheese graters on the snatch wagons.
Yeah.
They had one of them off and was wedging me, you know, going for me. And he went in, and as he went for me, they hit him with it and dislocated his jaw.
Yeah.
And he kept going, and he pulled me back and got me back, and sort of like before we knew it, Pierce and I were there, and we were right. Big Kev Stokes, he nearly got his wagon blown up.
That's
You
right,
know,
yeah.
hit in the face with a hammer, got
That's right,
commendation.
They were in the back of his wagon, weren't
Yeah,
they?
it's my wagon.
Mate, I said,
It's my wagon.
Yeah.
It's
It's
your
my
wagon.
wagon.
It was shocking that lethal force got used because they said that would have put the peace process back.
That's right.
So much.
Yeah, they came back.
They were in the back of your wagon with a hammer.
That's
They
it.
got you down in the crowd. Your
Yeah.
man got him. I remember the story because we were in a different area.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
The wagon nearly got
And
blown
I
up.
remember them saying that. Said because 3 Power got a big, like a massive pat on the back from.
Commendation.
Because he didn't
not
fire a
killing
shot.
anyone.
Yeah. Because
Obviously,
the
they had
commission-
bloody Sunday in their heads.
Yeah, the police commissioner. Yeah, because and that's what was happening to us. Yeah, so that was. You think Northern Ireland? Nothing happened.
Yeah.
That was my Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Flipping heck. I had forgotten all about that. You know what Kev Stokes doing now?
Yeah. He
He's
did,
got,
he did the Paris 10. He came third.
Did he?
Yeah.
Like Collie?
Yeah.
Did you go for that? Did you?
No, I just seen him. Yeah, he did well.
He's got a. He's a fitness instructor.
That's it. Yeah.
And he lives not far from camp actually, London Road. It's called London Road Fitness.
That's him. Yeah.
And I think it's his house. He's got a big old garden. He's converted it. He's astroturfed it, mate. He's got like a man shed at the end with all just apparatus in there, you know, for doing workouts and that. And he's every day he's on Instagram chucking stuff up and on. Like it's pretty good. You can fit about a push, I reckon, 8 or 9 people in there. But he's just, it's good. I'm
So
glad
do
he is.
you
I'm
think
glad
he
is,
sort
yeah.
of? Do you think he set that up for himself and then thought, you know?
I reckon that's what happened.
No,
Initially,
he's been doing it because he worked at CrossFit and he'd worked at British Military Fitness for years. And
I didn't know
he
that.
just, he's a good muck. I was in depot with Kev. He's a good guy. He's just gone for it himself. But there's another chap by me who's got his own CrossFit gym. Yeah, remember Ray Farah?
Who?
Ray Farah.
No.
Ray Farah support company.
Ray Farah.
Ray
I was
Farah.
thinking Glenn Farah.
Yeah, I guarantee you would.
Ray Farah?
Yeah, he got out in 05.
Why would we?
Do you remember
Why would you guarantee? What's he done? What would he do?
Well, he's a support company boy.
They're knocking his door.
Yeah. Oh, Jelly Bean. Yeah. Do you remember the intercompanies? He fought Ryan Nash in the intercompany boxing.
I remember Ryan Nash.
Do you remember Ryan Nash when he fought Paddy Caldwell?
No.
What, in intercompany?
Yes.
Yes.
After that, Ryan fought Ray Farrer in the final. No, I think he fought Ray just before he fought Paddy. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Paddy was more full screw and depot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was also in full screw in Iraq as well.
He's doing good, mate.
Is he all right? Is he? Yeah. See, I want to.
He's enjoying life, mate.
I see the thread. Oh, sorry. I see the threads a lot. And has he jumped with them? Because I go jumping at Neverhaven.
Has he?
I'm not very good.
I don't know if he has actually.
Yeah.
I know Stu Pearson's done it.
A
few times since.
Yeah, but mate, but Paddy's flipping paralysed.
Yeah, I know that. But some of the I want to get Sean jumping with them. You know, I think that'd be all right. You know.
Yeah, well, Sean's walking, isn't he?
Well,
he would love that.
Yeah, no,
because
there's another lad just by me. Literally, I went round the house and knocked the door to cut a tree. 3 para badge in the wagon. Who lives here? Oh, it's my boyfriend. Lady answered the door, lovely lady. Out he wheels, John Noble.
No way.
John Noble.
John Noble. Wait a minute.
Lives
right next to me.
He
hit me up on Facebook the other day. He was in college.
He lives right next to me. John Noble. Yeah, I went for
Did you? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's up. You know, he has bad times and good times. You know, I think he does try, but no, he's a strong boy, like good guy. Yeah, mega bloke. But yeah, I'm trying to get him in loop more with the lads, and you know, like I want the lads to come and see him and stuff. You know, yeah, that's what I want. I just want boys to come down.
Right. I mean, the other communication thing, and you know, I was saying that, like the stuff you've done when you've got out. Like, it's honestly, I want your book, mate. What you haven't done isn't worth doing. It's simple, but
like
going back to that,
don't hang around, lads.
Go back to getting the books together. This day when we do the shows, this is like my favourite day. Every Thursday is my favourite day because I'm sitting down, and it doesn't matter if I know you or not. It's just banter. Just banter for the same reason that guys enjoy. Like you get the guys together, and girls, Nadine, get together and enjoy that. It's the same thing. It's flipping. And the people who come on the show, like Nick Goldsmith. I didn't know Nick Goldsmith before. Oh no, I knew it. I'd worked with him. Jordan Wiley, I hardly knew him beforehand. We had Chris Ashford on last week. I didn't know him. Like I didn't know he was in. He got in after I got out. You know, but it's like they listen. They go. Like, the mics go off and that'll go off, and they go, no. Like super enjoy it because he's just shooting the shit. Super enjoy it. It goes back to that staying in touch.
Camaraderie.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
It's about and when you see
and it's not just a military thing either. Sorry to interrupt. No. It's like you'll get the same with firemen. You get the same with policemen. You get the same with any of the services, any industry, company, business, whatever that has that close knit community. Flipping. I don't know, tree surgery in a remote locations. A team of guys going around doing stuff for months and months on their own. They get back and then they just miss being around each other. You know, it's like anything. It's just that. Obviously, it's just more prominent.
I think there's something to be said for shared hardship. Right. And there's a book by a guy called Tribe by Sebastian Junger.
I've heard of this book.
It's a brilliant book. It's really brilliant book, and it kind of goes some way into explaining how sometimes PTSD can crop up and how some veterans can struggle later on in life. And a lot of it is down to the fact that as human beings, we're hardwired to endure hardship, and we actually thrive under hardship. And he uses a couple of examples where he explains how, like during the Blitz, everybody sort of refers to the Blitz as the good old days when people were mucking together because there was that sense of community that everyone had because life was so hard. And he also explains that in out in the American West, when the American women were kidnapped by Indian tribes, and they were going around, they were living like dogs. You know, they didn't have all their luxuries that they had back home. But when they had the chance to go back to civilization, they wanted to stay with the tribal group. Because we're hardwired to work in social groups, you know, done it for hundreds of thousands of years, against hardships in around sort of large groups where everyone has a job, everyone has a role, and everyone works together as a team. about platoon size sort of thing, you know. So soldiering naturally sort of dovetails into that experience. So what his sort of hypothesis is that if we don't have that hardship and we don't have that sort of togetherness that we get from those, we don't have the stimulus, and we sort of sag, and that's how sort of depression can kick in and things like that.
Well, sort of spin off on what you just said, you know, like referring to the Blitz back in the good old days. You know, that's where I think I found it particularly difficult. You know, everyone knew what was going on in the Blitz. Even the Falklands boys were all waved off and welcomed back.
Yeah.
I got back, you know, I injured in Kajaki, come back, you know, broken ankle. We'll get onto that in a minute. And then literally just, boom, back. Oh, here I am on my own. No decompression, nothing. You know, sat with all the land. You know, Christ, it was horrendous. And then all of a sudden, we're in Afghanistan. What are we doing there? Or what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, oh, did you get shot at? Yeah, I laugh. Are you crazy? Yeah. What's going on? No one knew what we were doing. And that, you know, no one knew what was going on. You know, so like Vietnam, they're going, oh, we shouldn't be. At least they knew they were there. You know, with us, it was they didn't even know we were there. Yeah. And then, you know, you're thinking, Christ, what's going on?
I thought a lot about that. Like I say now, you know, like 07 was a horrendous year for me. Like, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And
it was a tough time, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, it's hideous. And I get different people, different things, but exactly what you're saying there. Yeah. The biggest thing I and this is in retrospect now, in terms of going, well, what sort of affected me? What was why was I coping with things in a certain way or not? And you know, and one of the big impact things for me when I came back from there and trying to reintegrate. Bear in mind, still in, right? But reintegrating into normal life and being in the UK and dealing with flipping civvies. I love civvies. I'm just saying in this instance, flipping civvies, right? Was that exactly that? We came off that 06 Afghan tour. No one knew what was going on, right?
No.
There was no freedom of the city parades. There was no welcome home parades. No. There was nothing. No. There was nothing. And it was. I put it down to a big thing in how struggling to reintegrate. I struggled going to a room and there being a lot of people in there. In here, like my parents, wherever, in a pub, a lot of people have been in there. There was too much going on, and I couldn't. And this is in the subconscious level. I couldn't see everything all going on at once. So that I didn't know what the threat was. I couldn't cope with it. That's on a subconscious, super uncomfortable. And I took myself into a separate room. My parents did a homecoming party for me to go home. Fucking hell. The kitchen was packed. The kitchen was packed with people. There was 2 people in the lounge. I went straight in the lounge, stayed in there as much as I could. And I was talking, but there was something. I was like, whoa, there was something niggling me. Going back to that, nothing. Going back to that, you know, that sort of reintegration and how we were received when we came back. From yourself being a casualty, having no decompression, which for people watching or listening, the decompression is a 2-day thing that was done. I don't know if it's still done. Where you'd fly back from Afghan and you do 2 days in Cyprus. It's completely decompression, completely closed off from all cities. You have a private beach. Get beer thrown at you. You get ming in, and it's like your chance to decompress and do it.
They've absolutely. High Commander jumped on it and made it shit.
Oh, really?
Basically.
Well, I know if it was recompression. It made it worse. I think it made it worse. It's horrendous. And but so then you know, you didn't have that, right? We did, so we weren't knowing bad as place you were. But when we came back, it's almost as if that I'm talking me, is that I needed the recognition, that because the recognition of we'd been somewhere and done something fucking horrendous, which I didn't identify it as being as horrendous, and people will listen to this, and I know blokes will be, Reg looks will listen to this, flipping Marines, whoever's listening to it, some of them are thinking, okay, well, they're fucking bad. When you equate on a psychological level, and I know this because I've talked to fucking therapists about it, and this is the way it's been explained to me. I couldn't understand why I was dealing with things in not the greatest way, and the first few sessions I had with someone. And he wasn't in the military, he was private. And I said, look, I'm having these symptoms. I said, well, I don't understand it. I said, because I would go back, you know, that was after the first tours. I'd done 2 tours at the point with it, right? And then I said, I'll go back at it tomorrow. I would. and everything I ever did in those first 2 tours, I would change nothing. I would do everything again. I've got no guilt, nothing. Everything I did, I would do again. And she went, yeah, okay. But on a subconscious level, those things you've described to me, because I've talked through a few things, those things you've described to me, you have to understand that even from your perspective as a military person who's trained, or for a civilian experience, they are traumatic experiences. They are traumatic experiences. And she said, do you understand that? So, for the guy getting blown up, whatever, and they feel fine, or being in contact. Hey, being in contact is flipping horrendous. We deal with it awesome because we're conditioned. But you think deep down, you fucking getting, Trevor's trying to kill you. There's bombs going off everywhere, fucking hideous explosions. Your mates are like close to getting killed. It's a horrendous experience. We don't see it like that. But deep down, it still has a subconscious impact. So she was saying, no, you on a conscious level, yes, you've cool everything, you're awesome. But it has an impact. And that impact varies on person to person, what you did and what you didn't do, and how, and your civilian life, how she's transition out, what you've done after it, and all the rest of it. And one of the things of the back of that was, because there wasn't a recognition of we'd gone and done something and done crazy, and that was specifically it. People didn't understand what was going on. That lack of recognition, it's not like I wanted recognition and go, oh yeah, well, you're great, and pat on the back. Didn't want that. But the lack of them understanding that this is going on, and there's still people out there, and shit is going down, and you do not understand it. That affected me coming back. Because when you come back and you go on leave for 3 weeks, and again, those questions.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's the duality, isn't it?
You don't. Yeah. It's like. So what was it like? Was it scary? Fuck off. You just want to throat chop everyone. At that point, it was. As the tours went on, it didn't become like that because the media got on, especially of that when the media got on top of it, and then people were much more aware. Eh?
We didn't have journals, did we? We
didn't
have any.
No, it was just mental.
Kyle did.
It was mental. It wasn't easy. No, yeah, kind of. Yeah. It was.
Well, I was with you so we were at Nowzad, and then all of a sudden we got moved to Kajaki.
Oh, were you there without me? Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean was I there? I was leading it. I was
That's right, because we left Nowzad, was getting flown back to Bastion and got rerouted. Are you going to leave, you flipping bluffer?
I see that.
Bluffer.
Waving out the back of it, isn't it?
Yeah, so we got rerouted to Kajaki, and then that evening, a few of the lads were in contact, literally.
In Kajaki?
Yeah. Literally straight away. And
they had spec the gunship in, didn't they? Yeah, it was crazy.
And then didn't Moz get Mozza? Mozza had.
Yeah. And
is this when the recoilless rifle hit in front of that shell script with Tom Gray? Mozza?
No. Well, yeah. So anyway, so literally, it kicked off straight away, and Tomb Sergeant at the time said the magic word. Follow me. Went with him. I had one of those American rockets, the 84s. The 84.
Oh yeah.
I had one of those, and we're gonna blow the buggers up, and and
on the hill where you're Normandy.
Yeah, where they must have said, well, I couldn't tell you where I was. I was there for literally pitch black, and then boom, all of a sudden they turned on us. A few rounds come at us, jumped into cover, and boom, snapped my ankle straight away.
Oh, no.
Boom, dramas. Laid there looking up,
mate.
On the tracer. I just remember going, this isn't good. And then all of a sudden, when it died down and done, medic come forward, picked me up, took me off, and they took me. They couldn't get me for 3 days. They left me out there for 3 days, and I got put with a 9 squadron.
Yeah.
That further down the hill.
Yeah.
And it was funny down there.
In the compound.
Yeah.
You know what that was called? What was it called?
Yeah. It was Fobsbrugge later.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was then.
The Kajaki John's.
Yeah, Kajaki John came down.
Yeah.
He came down.
I know he got killed.
I didn't know. I only found. I found that literally we were there swapping rifles in contact. I let him have.
Totally illegal.
Yeah. Well, whether we hit anything. So we had a go at that, and then then boom, he's dead. Mega brilliant. It was terrible. Him and his mate Buzz.
Buzz. Michael. Was it Buzz?
I don't know. I just knew his mate.
His mate's still alive. His mate got a. Oh man, Kajaki Mike. No, Kajaki Mike was his mate.
Was it?
It was John and Mike.
Well, he had another nickname.
Yeah. When I was there, it was a silver fox-haired fella called Buzz. He was grey-haired.
Wasn't that Mike? No,
I remember.
Kajaki Mike. Is that not Mike? Huh?
No, just John and Buzz, Vietnam vets.
Mike must have.
And
they get resupped with a Huey, didn't they?
Yeah.
Every other day.
Well, and then they casevaced me after 3 days. And then
3 days.
Yeah, so I was left out for 3 days.
Flipping heck.
Yeah, and we were in contact. I remember there were five positions for me, and I couldn't move. At one point, they left me on my own because they're Taliban. They had to get Taliban back. They these
because you had the A&P Hill, didn't you? And you had the A&A. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, remember that the other side of the river,
mate. I was literally, and then boom, I'm in Bastion. Taliban. Well, I don't know. Afghani. Hoshkara with his ass blown up. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Then they put me in Kandahar, like to fly me. So I was there for a few days. Then put me in Kandahar. And then Kandahar's getting mortared. I remember the hospital going black and people crawling out and screaming and running. And I'm trying to. We have no crutches or nothing. And I'm crawling, and RAF came to my aid again, and they picked me up and took me to a container. Bombs are going off. I'm thinking, what is going on? They could put my holiday head on. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm on a TriStar. And there's like lads in the audience with the cotton wool and the tubes in the mouth, and then all of a sudden I get picked up at Bryce, taken to 3-para. No, we've got nowhere for you to sleep. We've got nothing for you. You've got no MFO box. I've got the kit on. I've been in, and they went. One of the lads that was there, the duty driver, went, "Oh, you can sleep on my floor on my bunk. Here's a DOS bag." Next day, my mother was on camp picking me up, took me home. That was me. That was me, yeah. It's funny, isn't it? And then I'm sat on the beach like that. Hello. Hadn't seen you lot. My missus, obviously your missus was up the duff and all. My missus was due to drop. It's funny old time, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah. And then look, a year later, you go to get out. Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah, here's your leaving procedures. Yeah, nice. Do I get any resettlement, sir? You get 4 weeks termination leave. You wouldn't get that in Tesco's. Close the door on your way out. I'm thinking mega, yeah. I remember closing it. Yeah, I remember a little fella. I closed the door, and I just remember thinking, you wouldn't get blown up in Tesco, would you? Do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
And that was me, yeah. Then that was me. Tell her, out you go. Because I joined up at 17, so I did a year I did 5 years. Did January 03 to January 08, and yeah, no resettlement, nothing. That was me. 17 to 22. Yeah.
Right. Look what you achieved. Honest to God.
Well,
we got to.
Yeah, but I can't stop.
Don't stop.
Keep going,
mate. Don't stop.
No.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Don't stop, mate.
And that's what we all need to do. That's what I mean. We can all do it.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to keep getting on the blokes.
Yeah.
Don't just jack.
Get on. We gotta start wrapping this up, honest, mate.
Oh, really?
Listen,
do the sponsor.
Yeah. No, we can't because I'll explain it after.
Sorry.
On YouTube, right?
Okay.
If I mention on YouTube, it does go up. It's not on YouTube. It's on the audio version.
Okay. Sorry, mate.
Sorry.
Our South African friends. Our South African friends.
South African friends. Right, Kyle Dewan. Yeah, well reminded, right? Kyle Dewan's. Who's this now? Who messaged me? Kyle Dewan's just messaged me. Hey, mate, thanks again for a mega evening and letting us stay over. Great night. Thank Kate for us. Her braying skills were excellent. Right, so Kyle came yesterday, and Kyle was saying on this show, he said that obviously he's South Africa, living there. He said there's a big South African contingent of listening to the show. So I said, okay. He saw me some.
Brett Quay.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, he said. I said, mate, I didn't realise, mate. Mega. I'll give him a shout out. Brett Quay, instantly when he came up, he said, so Kyle goes, yeah, mate. Yeah, so Brett listened to the show and listen to this accent, right?
It's good, yes. He's
Indian.
Brett listened to the show and would you? This is Kyle last night. He said, would you involved with Kajaki? I said, yeah. He said. Brett Quay came to me like 4 years ago and he said, hey, Brew. Hugh Kia, he's directing a movie, eh? You can't do one movie. Kajaki, but the Kajaki when Steve Hill got blown up. I went to Pakistani then.
Popper Dogs.
I didn't direct the movie, Brett. I wasn't even there on set. Luke Hardy was there on set. The director was Paul Cates. Anyway, right, so what I said to Kyle was last night, he gave me a shout out. My South African friends. Yes, Kyle. Very, very good. Let's have a look. I got a list of them. Did I text you with the list?
You did, but I can't get my
Stu Hale. What's up yet? Right, I've written it down because I wrote it down. Brett Quay, Jez Venter, Ryan Brotherton. Remember Remember Jez? Ty Langley. Remember Ty? He's over here in the UK now.
He's
Kyle's
up
Bluff
north being like
the
a life coach or
gayest
something.
straight man you will ever meet. He's doing fitness stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Jared Evans. Remember Jared Evans? And Cookie. Ginger Cookie.
He's not South African.
Apparently he is.
No, he's not.
Mate, that's what Kyle said. He's South African.
Midget features, isn't it? You know, little person
You can
features.
say midget, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can say anything on this show.
Well, you know.
You can say, what do you say? Cheese eating surrender monkeys.
Yeah. we're all equally worthless.
South African contingent, keep listening. Awesome. And right, your book, say the email address again.
Fish.
This is a ridiculous email address, Mike. Just say the name of the book. It's going to be on the website. You're so stupid.
It's not a fish. It's just fish. Fish out of water.
Fish
book,
out of water.
Book.
Right.
Fish out of water book at gmail.com. Fish out of water book at gmail.com.
You're a flipping idiot. It's gonna be on. We're gonna sell it on the website. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
One Body Spirit.
Which website's charlie1.com. Ali, I couldn't get here, Charlie. Who else do you want to mention? Do you want to mention anything else? Who haven't you plugged? Is there anyone to mention? Don't have to. I mentioned the sponsor.
Project RV.
Project RV.
Project RV.
Yeah, I mentioned Project RV. Yeah,
Lads,
Jesus.
Get amongst it. What? 1, 2, 3 para. Get amongst it. 4 para even. Well, I don't know about 4 para. Yeah. Okay.
And the boot necks, mate.
Yeah. Oh, boot necks. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you are welcome. Not down to me. I'm kidding. No, you're welcome. It's brilliant.
How do you get all the Project RV? ProjectRV.co.uk?
Facebook, Instagram.
What's the website?
Website Project RV.
Yeah.
Royal Marines Charity. Royal Marines Charity. Ask about Project RV. They'll tell you. Yeah, it's all free. It's all funded. Your food, accommodation, kit if you need it. It's completely free. Even if you have trouble getting to it, we can fund to get you there. Don't take the biscuit out of that though. I'll body shot you. No, I'm kidding.
I'm travelling from from Newcastle, and then on the return journey go to Barbados.
I know, yeah.
Just give me the money for it. That's all.
Yeah.
Mate,
that's it. Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure, buddy. Absolute pleasure.
Good
Cheers,
one.
John.
Yeah.
Good luck with it. Good luck with it.
Cheers.
It's off. Just cut that sound. Like this is not continuity. End it. Switching you off, live feed. Switching you off. Yeah, end it. I'm sure we'll end the live stream. Bye.